Hi, let's do another video. I'm feeling it. Let's do it. I was doing my Cure video earlier today, and I went to my go-to album, which is this album, the Kelly Lee Owens album. And I thought, why am I not doing a video on this album? Dreamstate, by the way, is the name of her newest album. I haven't played any album this year more than I've played Dreamstate. Fucking love this album. This is so good. I love Kelly Lee Owens anyway. I've loved everything she's done up to this point, but she's doing something different on this new album, and this album's been on repeat for at least a month. I think the album came out a month or so ago, maybe a month. I've been listening to this on repeat, man. I've probably listened to the album 20 times. It is so catchy. It's produced so well. It's so well done. I think it's Kelly Lee Owens' best work. I can see an argument where someone might not think that it's her best work. Maybe they might think it's her worst work. It's different. It's different than what she's done before, and that's why I love it. And so I'm going to offer my opinions and conjecture and whatever the hell else you want to call it on Dream State, the new Kelly Lee Owens album. By the way, I apologize if this my camera shifts around. I'm sitting on my couch. It's more born from being comfortable. I'm very comfortable in this spot, but I literally have a pillow on my lap, and then I have my laptop on top of that pillow. And so anytime I move, it's shaky. So until I get a better system, which wouldn't take much, isn't saying much, I know. This is what it's going to be. My apologies if the camera jerks around a little bit. And yeah, it's also I'm kind of looking down at the camera. Which, if you ever film yourself, you know that filming yourself going up can be a real mess in terms of your face. It doesn't exactly bring out the best features of your face if you look like you have a quadruple chin. And the full disclosure, I'm a 6'3", 195 athletically built person built person. So, but you wouldn't know that if you're just looking at my face and looking at this angle as it's, kind of looking up. So, I apologize if I look like Jiminy Glick or something here, but yeah, it's like 195, 250, 250 pounds. That's a good look, right? Oh yeah, I'm going to be scoring lots of dates with this look. 195, 250. 195, 250. It's like that scene in Poltergeist with Craig T. Nelson. Uh, you know, before, after, before, after, before, after. It's your cross to bear. You've got to look at this. And that's you're stuck with this face. In fact, why am I showing this face when you could be, let me move the camera, when you could be looking at this. Listen, I understand this is far more pleasant to look at than this. You think I don't know that? In fact, let's just do it this way. Yeah. So, oh my, yeah, this is so much better. Let's just look at Kelly Lee Owens for a while. She is far more attractive than I will ever be or ever hope to be. Dream State. How much do I love this album? I love it. It's wonderful. I think I love it when an artist does something different that we're not necessarily ready for. Um, her previous albums are all really good. I love Kelly Lee Owens. I am an active fan of hers. I think what she's been doing is very unique. Well, it's unique. Let me just leave it at that. She's got a unique sound, she's got a unique approach. She has an interesting way of writing songs. She's got an interesting vocal delivery. She's got a beautiful voice. Multi-talented. She's opened up for, I think she's opened up for big bands too, like Depeche Mode. Didn't she open up for Depeche Mode at some point last year or in the last few years? So I feel like she's a name that a lot of people know. She's just been garnering more attention as well she should. I feel like her first couple of albums are a little more nuanced, a little more strange, a little more esoteric, a little more experimental. And that's what I like about her. She dabbles in electronics, which, as you know, I am a huge electronic music fan. I favor it. Vast majority of my favorite records are all electronic records. So, anyone who watches this channel, you know this already. I love electronic music in all its forms. I love house, I love techno, I love ambient, I love electro, I love industrial. I like anything that percolates and foams and forms inside the electronic realm and world. I love that kind of shit. So I am already predisposed and have a predilection toward loving electronic music. Dreamstate, her newest album, she's kind of abandoning experimentation. I mean, she's experimenting, but it's more in a pop realm. Like her music has always kind of resided in the pop realm anyway, but this new album, it's just full of bangers, man. When I was listening to the album, I had a moment where I was like, God, is this Kelly Lee Owens? It sounds like her, it's her voice, but the music is definitely it's like pop. It's pure pop. One pop song after another. I mean, this is like Pet Shop Boys level of pop. And you guys know how I feel about the Pet Shop Boys. They're one of my favorite bands. That's kind of the vibe I get with Dream State. It's the same kind of vibe. And I'm sure that's what she's going for, obviously. And it works, man. This is one of the best pop records I have heard in forever. If you love pop music and you love the Pet Shop Boys and you love dance music, but well done, well produced, well realized pop music, not just pop fodder, but good quality pop music. You need to have Dream State in your life. It is a great fucking album. I can't stop listening to it. Like I mentioned before, it's full of bangers. Every track on this album could be a single. It's begging to be remixed. I hope they do. I hope Kelly Lee Owens brings in whoever she needs to bring in to remix every song from this album because it's worth it. It's this begging to be remixed, retouched, re-visualized, everything. It's just a fun album, but really well done. I hate using the word fun because then you think of, I don't know, you think of Taylor Swift or something where it's just lazy. And sometimes I feel like fun equals lazy. This is fun, but like high tech, highly intellectual fun. Like there's a lot of thought put into this album. It's really well executed, beautifully done, beautifully produced. In fact, that reminds me, I noticed Tom Rowlands is on one of these tracks. And if you don't know, Tom Rowlands is one of the dudes in the Chemical Brothers. Yeah, he is on Ballad. He produced Ballad, but there's the producers' names on here I don't recognize. Like we have George Daniel. I don't know. No, I mean Kelly Lee Owens produces all these tracks too, but then these excuse me, these other people are also credited for producing, like George Daniel, Philip von Bach Scully. Never heard of these guys. No clue who they are. I don't care. It doesn't matter because they're doing a bang up job. The work and the collaboration they're doing has produced one of the best pop albums I've ever heard. It is so good. It's hard for me at this stage of my life. Excuse me, I'm sorry, my throat is killing me today. It's hard for me at this stage of my life. I've heard so much music and so much pop music and so much electronic music and so much of this type of music in my life. I feel like you get to a point where you feel like you've heard it all, especially with pop music. Pop music, it's so easy to be stagnant and still kind of create this fake and faux energy. It's pop music, so let's, put it to a 4/4 beat and let's do this and let's do that. And there are all kinds of rules and regulations when it comes to all genres of music, especially pop music. So it's hard to come up with something that's truly unique. But Kelly Lee Owens has done that here, I think. Dreamstate is really good, man. And I think what gives it that extra spice is just her lyrics and her vocal delivery. She's got a gorgeous voice, man. And it's just the whole package. If you have gorgeous music and gorgeous lyrics and gorgeous production and you put it all to a gorgeous face, you get this gorgeous package. And man, Dream State is a beautiful record. I highly recommend it to anybody. I'm not going to pick through the tracks. I think, again, every song on this album is a potential single. It's one of those types of albums. It's like you hear one song and it's so catchy and it sticks in your mind, and you're like, man, I can't get over this one song. And you'll repeat it, you'll play it again. And that's what I was doing with this album. The first week, I could only get through the first two or three tracks because I loved them so much. But then you hear the fourth track and it's even more catchy. And then you get stuck on that one. And then a week passes and you get to the fifth and then six tracks. And then those are even catchier. And the whole album's like this. Every fucking song is just super catchy. It's stuck in your mind. To me, that's about as perfect as a pop album can get. At this point in November of 2024, I think for me, Dream State is the best album I've heard this year. Now, these are my sensibilities. I love pop music. I love electronic music. And this woman's got a gorgeous voice, man. She really does. This whole package is, it's gorgeosity illustrated and personified. It's right here. So maybe I'm biased. I don't know. But whatever she's doing, man, keep it rolling. Although I think this, judging by how all of her albums sound so different from each other, I would guess maybe Dream State very possibly could be her most pop-tastic album that she ever does. And fair enough. I think it's albums like this kind of need to exist in their own era. They need to kind of just come and go, and then she needs to maybe move on to another vibe. Because if she just did this vibe every single time, I don't know that that would work over time. It would just get kind of boring. And Kelly Lee Owens strikes me as the kind of artist that wouldn't be, she wouldn't be okay with that. She's the type of artist that needs to keep pushing something forward. It needs to be a little different each time. She's already proven that with her own work, with all of her musical output and all of her albums. She's proven that she does something a little different every time. But Dream State's like the biggest departure. And I think it's all the better for it. Dream State, Kelly Lee Owens. It's a really great album, man. If you like pop music in any form, you really can't go wrong with this new album. Check it out. I'll talk to you next time. Goodbye.